Now I'm like, wow, at 11 years old, I had like over 1 million views on a video.
Billion.
Yeah.
She may only be 14 years old, but today she's got a new memoir out called The Maddie Diaries, full of stories from life in the spotlight.
Hello, everyone.
Maddie may be wise beyond her years, but insists she's just like other teen girls, even though not many have nearly 9 million Instagram followers.
I feel like a lot of girls that it's hard to relate to me because I've done so many cool opportunities, but really I'm just like everyone else.
Maddie's rise from Pittsburgh to Hollywood began when she was 8.
These are my 2 daughters, Maddie and Mackenzie.
When she was cast in Lifetime's Dance Moms. Dance Moms was a surprise hit.
I'm an adult.
Act like one.
Viewers couldn't get enough of the contentious relationships between Coach Abby Lee Miller, her young students,
Oh my God! What is mentally wrong with you?
and their mothers,
Melissa, listen to what I'm saying.
including Maddie's mom, Melissa.
Melissa, you're doing your kid an injustice.
I guess her take was that she's making you better and better and better.
Yeah, and I feel like since I'm such a perfectionist, I want everything to be perfect.
But after 6 seasons, Maddie and her sister Mackenzie finally left the show.
And when they told me they didn't want to be on the show anymore, I was happy. I said, no problem.
Yeah, my sister and I were like,
They were finished.
Did you ever have that moment where you thought, as a mother, Dance Moms, you know, this is breaking my daughter's spirit?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, absolutely, all the time.
I was stressed out at like, as a 12-year-old, like that's just really weird to me. But now I just have so much weight off my shoulders and I'm like, oh, I can just live my life and do something without like worrying and thinking, oh, I'm gonna get yelled at if I do this. Like now I just can do whatever I want. I mean, stuff that my mom lets me do.
Maddie has Dance Moms to thank for one of the most important relationships in her life with Sia.
She was a huge fan of the show. I was on Dance Moms. And she tweeted me from then and was just like, hey, will you be in my music video? And I was just like, that's crazy.
Just wanting to wish you a very happy book release day. Congratulations. You're my very special friend. I love you so much. I just adore you.
Tell us about that relationship.
The first time I showed her Chandelier, like the dance, she cried, and ever since then, we were just like best friends. So it's weird to think because we have such a big age gap, but people are
you're
like
14 and she's in her 40s.
Yeah, so people are like, how does that work? But we're best friends. She gives me a lot of great lessons in life to make sure that I'm not overworking or just making sure that I'm having fun with everything that I'm doing, which I really appreciate.
But some have criticized Maddie's dancing in Sia's videos for being too risque, like a then 12-year-old Maddie's performance in Elastic Heart with Shia LaBeouf.
Were you surprised that so many people were so concerned and thought it was so controversial?
I think sometimes people have nothing better to do than just sit behind their computer or their phone and say mean things about you. I mean, it was a really cool video.
Were you concerned with the video with Shia?
Not at all. Not at all. No, I think it's art and just like a play. I mean, I loved it.
Part of the art for Sia is concealing her identity. The singer famously hides her face in public, wearing her infamous wig.
A lot of people actually ask me, they're like, have you ever seen her face before? I'm like, it's not like she walks around with the wig in front of her face every single second of the day. It's only when she's in public and stuff. She's like the most beautiful person, and I love her so much.
The social media darling is taking her own recognition and building an empire of her own.
Hey everyone, it's Maddie, and I am...
From her addictive YouTube tutorials to her upcoming movie debut in the Book of Henry.
You're like living the Hollywood dream.
People say that I'm like, they're like, oh, you're a celebrity, oh, you're famous, but I'm like, I'm really not. Like, I always think of myself, I'm like, I'm just a normal kid.
Like most teenagers, Maddie faces insecurities of her own.
I'm not as on myself anymore as I used to be. It's okay to get knocked down sometimes because it does just make you want to work harder the next time around. And also, I'm okay to have imperfections. I'm okay with it now. I'm okay that I have some flaws.
But when you watch any of the Sia videos, what you can't help but notice is just how much fun Maddie is having.
Do the crazy faces that you do in some of the videos. Point, point.
Despite dance still being what she loves the most, she says what may be most important is being a role model for her young fans.
Do you realize how big of a role model you are?
I didn't really realize that until like last year, and there were kids that came up to me and said that they started dancing because of me, and there was a girl that said she was going through rough times, but then she looked to me and it helped her get through the rough times. So it's really cool to think that I'm like a positive light in people's lives.
For Nightline, I'm Abby Boudreau in Beverly Hills.